Good morning. Andrew will be in a minute. We'll start going through trades a little bit.
You there? You there?
There you go.
Yeah, no, I was still coming in when you Skyped me. So let's just kind of, I guess, go over P&L first. Let's start off there for the day.
I'm at 448 net of commissions.
Okay. So 470 for the day already.
6 trades on the crude and 2 on the
One on the S&P.
2 on the S&P.
One.
I got 2. You had the one winner and the one small winner.
Mm-mm. The only
Right.
trade I've done was
Oh, you did 2. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
No, it's early.
One
Dude.
2-point winner. I'm actually liking it right here, too. If this level can hold.
Like in what? S&P? I don't know. It seems pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean, the NASDAQ still seems heavy. It's still putting in lower lows, so not yet. But
Right.
seems like it's trying to bottom. Down 63 on the NASI today, down 24 on the S&P. So a little bit of a sell-off. A little droppy.
Right.
So want to go over just basic trade review just to give people an idea in the room?
Sure. First trade here, small loser. Second trade here, small winner. Full profit winner here, full profit winner here. I think that was a full profit winner, right? Here,
Yeah,
short here.
Yep.
Might be hard to see the little red X because it's the same color as the candle, but
full profit. Yeah.
And then we just had a short and a partial winner.
6 out of 10. Wouldn't have gotten to our full 10, but
No. But sounds good to me.
so we've had what? 1 losing trade, 6 winners, 8 winners, and 1 loser.
Right.
So not a bad day. Now, some of you're seeing these like you're seeing some of the moves and some of the trades that we're getting, and a lot of times people will kind of question why we don't get some of the bigger moves or why we get out early. We refer to that as defensive trading, and what that simply means is that we have a profit target in mind of what we want to make, and when we meet that objective, we take the trade off. We don't care what the market continues to do or any of that stuff. We just want to. And then once you're profitable for the day, so later in the day, we may try to let some winners run. Once the market's kind of determined its trend for the day and kind of we've gotten in the ebb and flow of how it wants to react for the day, the best way to look at the markets is they're basically bipolar children. So one day they may act a certain way, the next day they may act a completely different way.
Let me go through the charts since we've got this. It's not a ramp fest today, it's a plummet fest. So this is a correction, a deeper correction into the daily chart, into the lower quadrant. 4 hour, it's getting close to that band. One hour, it's pretty extended to the downside right now. Same with the 15 and the 5. Maybe we'll get a capitulation low here. The bottom band is what? 36. Pretty much there. But you look on a weekly, this thing could fall like 50 to 100 and still be massively in a bull super bubble market. I actually was looking at, haven't looked at these in a while. Just drag them out. So you can see it's a decent correction in the market. And then I start looking at all these different metals are down, copper's down, palladium, grains are down, meats are down, corn, rough rice, half the world eats. I mean, basically everything looks pretty much down. So I also notice, I've talked about this for a while, when you get that, start getting to that 124 area. We were at 126 yesterday. Seems like we're due for, it seems like there's almost now like a rising trend line. The old level was 124. Now I think it's 126 that we need a stock market correction to get the bonds going back up, because that's a monstrous market. What do we got going on? Wow, the Nasdaq's at a low. Was that right? Guess so. I've actually put up, this is the German DAX here in the corner. There's the 5 minute, that's the Aussie. DAX is running, at least. We'll go through oil. Daily is starting to look bearish. We've got lower highs. Very anemic range. 4 hours still in a downtrend. 1 hour's in a downtrend. 15 minutes in a downtrend. So we'll see how that pans out, if this can get back over here for a short. I do think the DAX has been, can you see this? Can't hear you. You're on mute. So we'll see if the market can bottom outside these bands here. You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool. I just
Having
called
troubles
back
with
in.
your phone.
What's that?
Having troubles with your phone?
Oh, no. What had happened is when I'd called in, I piped in the wrong code, and then you muted me. You muted my code on accident, so I just called back in
Well,
with the right code.
it showed someone else in the room as able to.
114. Yeah, that was me. I hit 124. I didn't hit 124 on accident.
Oh, so that was just someone else's code because I saw him like, well, someone has an open mic here.
Yeah, that was me. So, yeah, okay. So go over the DAX again. Explain what you were talking about.
Well, I put it up here. This is the 5 minute of the DAX, and you can see it's kind of like the new NASDAQ. It seems to lead a little bit. So this has been rallying pretty good compared to that, to the S&P.
It was a good out on the Nasdaq or in the S&P though. I mean, made a quick 103 minutes and we're done. So,
I think that's the way to go, right?
Where do you have our P&L at right now? Pull it up in the room if you would.
540 net of commissions.
Okay. So I mean, we're pretty much at our goal for the day. So what'll happen is our trades will get very, very selective.
Yeah.
You guys realize that's $500, one contract. That's what a total of about $2,500 capital required per trade.
Right.
So the idea, you make $500 a day, it's $2,500 a week, $10,000 a month. We're only risking $2,500, and of that, we're only risking maybe $100. So good risk management. $500 a day is really kind of our objective, personal objectives internally.
Well, the key too is once you go and become a professional trader and with a live account, you're trading even minimally a 5 lot. That's 2,500
for the day.
For the day, that's 50 grand a month. So
that'll barely cover my Nordstrom's bill. What are you talking about, Dave?
Oh, stop! The gas for your Bentley.
You remember those good old days, right?
I do.
Oh. And some of you may think I'm joking. I'm glad those days are over, though.
You guys are crazy.
Hey, rent was $8,000 a month. That's what happens when you live next to John McCain, though, right?
Right.
Not going to be cheap.
Do
you have any questions in the room? Let's start there.
No.
We've got some more newbies in here today.
Oh, wait, questions. I hit the wrong thing. No questions. Yes, I see some new.
James.
I guess I could just go through what they're seeing here on the charts again. It's always good refresher.
Yeah.
Trying to see which chart to pick. I guess I'll pick crude because I think it looks interesting.
Just so everybody knows too, real quickly before you get started, Dave, I don't mean to cut you off, but the videos are now uploaded to our YouTube channel every day of the trading room. It takes a few hours for them to load, but you do have access to them every single day. So, a few hours later, it's good for you to go back just because, this is going to be kind of like drinking from a fire hose. So you are able to go back and review those. Everybody should have gotten manual week 2 last night, as well as the videos that are current students. So make sure to check your momentum email. Remember what it is it's your first name, the first letter of your last name at mtgmovement.com, and then from there, your password is Florida01 with a capital F. Everybody has the same password, and then you can go in and change it once you're in the system. So, but go check your manual. The videos are uploaded. I'm doing a training a half an hour after this for all of our current students. So you should have also gotten that email last night.
Is that the secure vault? Or no?
The Smart Vault?
Smart vault, I mean.
Yeah, no, the Smart Vault for some reason is not giving everybody access. I've got to go in and play with it. Again, you guys know I'm not computer savvy and I'm not the world's greatest editor. So, I'm getting that stuff done. I'm getting things worked on. But, my goal, honestly, just so you guys understand priorities, my priority is to do the $500 a day. So when that gets done and when we hit that goal, we start shutting systems off. We only take 90+% profitable winning trades at that point, just because, why be in a trade just to be in a trade? If you want to be in a trade to make money, where you have an extremely high level of success. But I want to get you guys, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that, jerk. So Jerry just sent me a Skype. The idea is we're getting some of the stuff done, but in a half an hour, you guys should have all gotten the link to your MTG email for the class that starts in a half an hour. I sent that out last night. So if you didn't get it, just email me at trading@momentumtradinggroup.com and I'll get you the link before the room starts. Now, what that means is we have to shut down the live trading room for a half an hour, and we have to shut down the live trading room for that hour. But what I'm going to be going over is how to manually trade. So I'm going to show you how to use the ladder. I'm going to show you how to set up your charts. I'm going to go over all of that stuff, and that's going to be a half an hour after this trading room is over.
Hey, some people are asking questions that you would have the answer to.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Yes, I'm single.
I would assume that they're yes and yes, but...
Yes. Yes, I will get you... yes, Glendrick, you already have an email, my friend. So go, it's glendrick@mtgmovement.com. Florida01 is the password. I set it up for you yesterday. So you should have gotten an email to your Yahoo account stating that. Manual, yes, the YouTube channel, I'll go get it for you right now. And then I'll post that in the room. So you can have access to what we have is we have through February done, but what we're going to do is we're just going to be releasing the last few days of the live trading room here. And I'm going to send you I'm going to post the link in the room so you can have that. Okay, Manuel? I hope I'm saying your name correct. Okay, here you go. So this is the YouTube channel, and I'm sending it out to everybody. This is of the live trading room. This is the recorded sessions. There's 3 of them posted, and we'll be posting those after the trading room each day. Let me do this for Glendrick. Yes, I will have. I'm going to send it over to you, Noel Durrett, specifically. You'll get week 1 and week 1 videos. But if you can attend the live trading in a half an hour, a lot of that is going to be a recap of what's covered in that material. So it'll be new for you, but it'll be kind of a good start for you when you go through the manual. Just a lot of the basics, running the software, setting up your charts, a lot of that stuff. Had a little bit of a I just don't know. To me, I don't think this is a good enough short to risk any capital, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It seems like we're kind of fighting the trend here a little bit.
It is the first one.
Go back to that idea. I think that's great because I'm honestly at a point where
We got some people very close.
yeah, we have how many people? We have 5 or 6 ready to pass their test here.
We have someone within $200.
What we're saying is we have somebody within $200 of getting a live funded account. So, and we can see everybody's balances. So our goal and objective is to get you through. So we want to make sure that we're pushing people through. So good job, Lance. I know you're probably not even at your computer, but you're about to get funded. So that was a great trade on the S&P. That was a bottom. I knew that.
Well, you see how if you look at this is the 5-minute. They're both 5-minute charts here. This is the S&P and this is the DAX.
DAX kind of led a little bit, didn't it?
Oh my God, it was just ripping higher, and you basically got in like right here.
Yeah.
And it's just kept going.
Yeah. Okay, it is a lot. It is.
So close.
I know you are, Mary. Mary sent me a message saying, I'm monitoring the system. I know you are.
Right.
It's exciting. It's exciting for Lance. I'm excited for Lance. So Lance would love to be a part of this, but like most Americans, he has a really crappy job, and it requires him to spend 100 hours a week driving all over the place for barely above minimum wage. So
For peanuts.
For peanuts. So his goal is to get away from that, and he'll be live and funded and be making enough money probably in the next couple of weeks that he doesn't have to work anymore. That's our job, guys. That's why we do this. Yeah, plus you see, go pull up a chart of crude real quick.
Pull a chart of what?
Pull up crude.
This chart, the T4.
Yeah, see how extended it is? I mean, it blew right through it anyway, so it's not worth it.
Right. I agree.
It's not worth it.
It's
NASDAQ short looks good though.
I don't know. I think it's done. The down move is done. Not to say that it can't test. It should test. It actually has to test the low, but
yeah,
one would think if you look at a 5-minute, that I like to buy dips now.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. I mean, this is like you said. This is going to have to retest those lows before it's done. Ultimately, your real short play is going to be the 46.63 or 43.63 level.
Yeah.
So let's see what other questions. I'm going to start reading the questions in the room too, just so you guys can all hear what we're saying.
Good idea.
Let's see.
Someone said your YouTube link showed you singers.
Showed me a singers and stuff. Nothing I was not looking for. Let me check. Did I click? I'm going to go to the actual video of yesterday and click on, and then send the channel that way. Making a comeback. This is the actual link for yesterday's.
We quit sending them Taylor Swift links. Come on, videos. Couldn't even get a laugh out of you? Come on.
You know what? Because I'm hurt and offended, Dave.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he got it. It worked. Okay. Thanks, Manuel. But what I did is I just posted in the room. I just sent the YouTube channel for the yesterday's trade room. So. And Dave, I have to tell you, there was a lot of dead air on there. If we were a radio show host, we would have gotten fired.
Was there? We must have been trading.
We were, yeah. We just need to be a little bit more cognizant that we both can't take big, deep breaths when we put a trade on. Because we're like, holding our breath while we're
I think that's more you, but...
It is more me, for sure.
I try and mute it whenever there's some, yeah.
And I realize I have a very squeaky chair in my office.
Oh, God, yeah. You need some WD-40.
I took care of it last night after I heard the video.
It's like Scooby-Doo squeaky ghost haunted house door. It's like...
Now you're just being cruel.
I try.
Let's go over real quickly. Let's pull up the S&P spread trade with the
Yen.
carry trade. Yeah.
It's so stretched, I've never seen it that far apart. This is the S&P down.
Explain this, yeah.
I'll back out a little bit, but you could see it's definitely something's happened recently that it's definitely been separating a lot. The U.S. dollar versus the yen is the red, and that's considered what they call a carry trade. So before it used to be you'd get a very low rate. You can borrow at a very low rate and then invest in the United States. And when there was an actual interest rate differential, you would actually lock in 3 to 5, 6%. And then they lever it, so then you'd get much more than that. It still is a carry trade where you basically institutions, primary dealers, etc. large banks can get money for pretty much free, no interest. And then they take the only real market in the world that can handle that amount of money in the trillions of dollars is the S&P and the bond market. So they typically are pretty correlated and have been very correlated over the last probably 4+ years during this emergency monetary policy time of the last 5 years. But you can see now they get separated a lot, but I still think they're going to come back together. You can see like this was the unemployment Friday last week where it did it all in one print. I don't know if the S&P is going to rally hard or is I think the S&P is going to rally before the yen goes down anywhere. So shorter term, you could see just intraday it does stick pretty well close together. So it's a good tool that's not ever in the Wall Street Journal or any of the typical stuff. This is more advanced hedge fund type stuff. We do a lot of spread trades.
So what hedge funds will do, just so everybody understands the idea, is they'll buy one and sell the other. So they'll be long one instrument and short one instrument to manage risk. And so what Dave is saying with the spread trade is, go back to that other chart real quick, the time frame. The S&P carry that was a little bit larger. So what you would do is you would basically be buying the
S&P
and you'd be shorting the yen.
Wanting them to
come together.
Or the yen's going to fall down and come to here and the S&P will stay here, or the yen will stay here. I mean, it doesn't matter how it does it, it just does it. And you can see this is when it comes together. Now this type of spread trade this is a home run right here. This is, each side made 1+%. If you're levered, you've got a 3 to 5% day.
Yeah.
Which is a good order, let alone for a hedge fund.
It's similar. So Glendrick asked, it's almost like a straddle, strangle, or a put or call spread. The major difference with this style strategy is it's the same idea where you're buying and selling contracts, but there's not a net debit or net credit like there is in a put or a call scenario. On the other side of it, what you're actually doing is it's a mean reversion of both instruments. So because you're trading two separate instruments, that's the difference. It would almost be like if you wanted to consider it like an options play, it would be like you'd be shorting the S&P and you'd be long Google, or buy calls on Google, buy puts on the S&P. That would be how it would be similar as it relates to kind of a spread trade within options. So that is my background, just so you guys know. That's where I initially started, was there. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the option strategy stuff.
Maybe I'll get a different spread chart. It's complicated, but I don't like these Swissy ones. This one here is pretty interesting. This is the Euro Swissy, US Swissy. So it's a synthetic currency actually, but if you bought this one and sold this one, when they come together, you make a pretty good profit. Same thing over here. So typically they go for a while. I mean, this is days, and then it mean reverts in one kind of quick move. This is actually a synthetic euro, so it's actually saying to buy the euro right now, which we just hit a 107 handle today. Actually, we had a 106 handle on the euro, right? No? Close? No. So you look for spread opportunities, like this spread chart here is showing to buy the Australian dollar right now versus the US dollar. This one's pretty good. I've been watching this lately. I like that one. Pretty much have to have tools, many tools to help you be profitable and fight against the guys that have billions of dollars that are trading against you right now. And then where's the other? I went through this. Oh, the laser. So we also follow stocks. What we like to do is compare them to the actual S&P or the NASDAQ, and then that shows relative strength. So a lot of times what will happen is that as I go through the market. So this is just kind of the benchmark. This is an ETF of the NASDAQ. So we'll go through some NASDAQ stocks. Here's Apple. So remember, let me see if I can put this up here. Let's go the same time frame. I can't grab it. Anyway, this is a 5-minute of the NASDAQ, and you'll be able to compare it. So there's Apple. There's Amazon, looking pretty much the same. Alibaba looks better than the market. Cisco looks probably about the same. Facebook, Google, about the same. IBM. So what this is telling me is, as I go through these, that the market's pretty much, and there's no divergence. There's no particular stock that's showing like the market should be railing like crazy right now, or it should be making new lows. So it's pretty much in line. Oracle looks bearish, Priceline. Now these are kind of the high flyers. Tesla, Twitter. So those are kind of, there's no real edge on what I just saw on that, although I still go through the banks. Banks look kind of the same. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. It's pretty neutral. And then JP Morgan looks a little better. And then the VIX. So this is the volatility index. It's kind of looking toppy to me. So when this is going down, the stock market is going up, and vice versa. So the volatility index is based on options. It's calculated, and I'll give you a daily chart so you can put it in perspective. It's a daily chart. It's been in a massive down move for pretty much since December and October. So this is times where we have these little corrections, which we're starting to uptick now. So we'll see where this ends up going. If it spikes up to here, then we'll have a deeper correction. But if not, we'll see. But it's a pretty handy tool to tell what the market's doing. It has seemed to become a tool of the larger funds because I follow some of the different heavy flows that come into this. So they do drive the market, the tail wagging the dog, as they say. So you can see here the carry trade, this 5 minute, this is the 5 minute. These are all the same 5 minute charts. You see how the DAX just kept on going?
Yeah, exactly. Looks like a pretty good short up here, though. I'm watching the signals on the S&P here. So go ahead and do another just basic walkthrough of the software again, like you had yesterday. Just we've got some newbies in here again, just to kind of reiterate it a little bit.
Hold on. Got too many charts up. You turn the software on, which is, where's my, you basically have, you have a login, but you double click on it, on the icon. It actually makes it on your desktop. The application comes up. You have to connect to the markets first, so you hit Get Market. Type in ES. So that's ES, S&P E-mini futures. Double click it. You go to Outrights. And then March 15 is and you double click that. And then it'll populate in here. You want to see how it's moving, the volume's moving, and the price is moving. You'll definitely want to see that. Click here, NQ, Outrights, double click, March, double click. So this is search function here. So you're doing 6J, double click, oops, Outrights, and March. That's the second one, right?
Yeah, yeah. A little bit early. I had to wait for a close, but we're a little extended here.
I don't know. Seems like they're done. Sell off over with. So yeah. Once you have all your markets, you're getting data, you hit connect the signals and trading enabled, and you're done. If you're talking about just people that are just starting out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in a combine, $50,000 combine, you have trade sizes 2. Max loss is 900. That's it. You could put it on Sunday night, let it run through the week. I did notice though last night on mine, it must have been something on when they refreshed the servers during the night, because mine came in and it was all red, like it had been fully stopped out.
Mine was the same way.
Yours, yeah. So if you ever see red in the signals box, you have to X the app out and restart it, or exit it here. Are you sure? Click here to exit. Must have been something with their servers. So everyone was red? Yeah. And that's pretty much it. You know, you have to look at it. If you want to cancel all orders, that's over here. Get flat. We hit it for you, but get in the habit if when you're done for the day, hit get flat. But it's been designed. This is institutional strength software. It should be able to run for long as I've ever ran it for, unattended, for without. Well, it never crashed, so it went for 6 months. So, but every week, every Sunday, you have to restart it. Pick your four markets.
What was the one app that you had that you called that literally it would have to be like deleted off your hard drive to shut off?
We called it Frankenstein.
That's right.
Literally the name of it. I mean, this is kind of close to it. I added the exit button, but that other one, when you exit out, it still kept trading. We had it connected to an institutional Forex account, so we wanted to make sure that it would continue to trade. Getting the yen coming in, you're above the bands. I mean, this should be just the short rallies are tough, but I thought you would have got a little push down there. Make a point. Are you trying to make a point?
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
No, half a tick away. I still think it will, but I just am not. You're in a duration risk play, right? We're in a trade for. Just gonna take it off. Lost a point there.
Yeah.
It's all good. Just wasn't willing to keep letting that thing push higher against us.
Right.
We were up a little over half a point, so I should have taken it off. But now we're getting a little extended on these time frames, so we're just expecting a little bit of a pullback. Is really what we're looking for.
Well, usually these short rallies, they don't stop. They don't quit.
Yeah.
Typically, they go from like the bottom to the top.
Good old megaphone pattern.
Nothing would shock me.
Yeah, at this point, right?
So we'll cover the this chart's not good. We'll cover this. The blue line in the center is the median price of what you're seeing here, of all the trading action this is about the last week. It's a 1 hour chart. So each bar is worth 1 hour of time. The goal bands is a type of statistical deviation from that center point. So you can see that it does get extended outside that rarely. But those are typically good opportunities to short. So meaning you're selling it here. When you buy something back cheaper, it's kind of buy low, sell high. It's the inverse of people when you buy something and you sell it here. The red bands are the same, except that they're a shorter time frame. So I like to call it just a rate of change. So you could see like we're going down on the 1 hour, but the shorter term is starting to hook up. So to me, that a lot of time gives a lot of support or shows a reversal area. I still think we could get up to this area, possibly even today or the next 4 hours. Running short a little bit on time, but it does seem to be holding in this band for a while, and we've yet to break it. So what we're looking for, blue arrows are buys, orange are sells. We prefer them to be top quadrant even. So this is the top half, and then if you draw another line separating this in half, these are pretty darn close to being at the right spot. Ideally, you want this though. That's kind of the best case scenario. This over here nearest to the bottom band and a buy. So those are the kind of trades that that we're looking for. Really reduces your risk when you think about where am I going to put a trade on. You know, you get a chart. This is just a chart. This is the Australian dollar. Where do you buy it? Where do you sell it? You know, if I were to put it here and ask you where to buy it, where to sell it, you don't necessarily know where or what you want to do with it. So by having these tools of technical analysis, we've developed these over the last few decades. So they're pretty, they've pretty much made it through panics, crashes, bubbles, multiple bubbles now. We're in our third bubble. Technically, maybe my fourth. The 96 through 98.
Yeah.
Semiconductor bubble was pretty darn good. Are you jumping the gun again?
No.
No. I don't
This
have
one
the
I got nailed. Yeah, this one I got nailed.
I don't know. Hopefully the DAX will help you out. But as of right now, you could see like when you go through multiple time frames, like the hourly down, up. These are both down. 4 hours both down. So it's definitely crude is definitely leaning to the bear side. So the idea here is to put yourself in a very high probability winning trade with the least amount of risk. We should just sold some crude, right? Seems to be falling more than the S&P. So the idea here, what we're trying to do is for you to see. So if you look at, I might even pull some of this stuff up. It's probably easier. $23 million hits of trading systems. So now you start going through, you know, let's randomly pick 4. Here's systemtradersuccess.com. I'm randomly hitting stuff. So they've got this system, and they talk about their different systems. Well, great. Let's just say, here you go, you could buy the book. So let's just say you decided to buy the system. I don't even know what it cost. They didn't even put it on here. So you take the system, you buy it. He's saying how it has 900 trades. It has a drawdown of $700. So let's just say you turn it on, made money 9 out of 10 years. Let's just say you turn this system on and it has a 1 month drawdown. Your first month, you just paid $300 for it, let's just say. A better system is at least that. You turn it on, you've got a credit card, you pull 10 grand from it, you open up an account, you bought the system for 300 and you put the system on. It has a drawdown. And it has a $3,000 drawdown. You shut the system off. You're like, it sucks. I don't like it. Then it goes on and have a 10-month in a row winning and makes 10 grand. But you had shut it off and deleted it because you're like, the system sucks.
Well, it's not even that, but look at that. 915 trades, 57% of them are winners 9 out of 10 years. So that means you're only getting 100 trades a year.
Right. Right.
So what?
So the bottom line is that you might have a system that is, let's just say it had better returns or it was more successful, and you still, with a winning system as a new trader, would not understand or comprehend drawdowns. You would not understand or comprehend system type trading. You're new to it. You might even put it on wrong. And ultimately, you're going to fail even with buying a winning system. And this is what I've seen throughout my career of many people who bought systems. And so ultimately, I think that you need help on kind of making your way through the trading system arena, let's call it. Then you have one system. Well, you're a one-hit wonder. Let's just say that system got hot for a certain amount of time, and then it made a lot of those systems, even with the 10-year track record, you'll see that one year they made a ton, and the rest of the years they made a little bit and probably had some losing years. Well, ultimately, you might turn it on, and that's the losing year. You're going to really stick it out for a year. You're going to make $0. You're actually going to lose $3,000 and stick it out for one full year. Not going to happen.
Never. Not even close.
Never.
You're gonna let it trade 5 times and then you're gonna take it off.
Right. But let's just say you do. You let it run for a year. Well, you just wasted a year of your life. You haven't made a penny. You're still working at your job, or if you're not full-time trading, if that's your ultimate goal, or making any money to, help provide for yourself and your family. So it's really, I think it's like fool's gold. I think it's very much kind of a disingenuous thing that everyone advertises and talk about systems. So we cover and go through literally hundreds of systems. We layer those systems on top of each other. And then we ultimately make decisions on which systems to run, which ones are drawing down, which is the best way to go through our multiple decades worth of experience doing this. Seesaw is the third time's a charm, huh? On shorting.
Yeah, well, I've only been trading for like 3 months, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is, you're the newbie guy? Is this Chris?
No, Chris is doing better than I am. I'm joking.
Is he in the room? I want to razz someone if they're not here to participate. No. Maybe he's hit his goal, and then maybe he's trading his one lots now.
I doubt it.
You doubt it? Don't you think that was a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. But
I mean, that's how you segue into a live trader. You always should trade that way. You're going to ring
you
the
and
register?
I both know.
Half ring it?
For you, Dave, which do I hit? No, not yet. I think this is going to sell off more.
Oh, for half it? I can do it if you want.
Hold on.
Or
I think it's going to sell off more.
All right.
Let's do this though for your sanity.
I'm not insane. Seriously. Well, maybe I am, but
look at it on a 5-minute chart. Look at that trade.
I like it. All right. You got it.
I mean, I like it to probably 57.
I just see that it's going to go back up. It's going to test the high, and then it's going to come back down. If it's a roll, or if it's done shorting for the day, it'll make a new high. So that's just my thought.
How about we do that?
No, just one. That's
Nope.
fine. You're fine.
Hey, it's $100, man. Let's make $100.
There you go.
Make 100, make 100, make 100.
Good.
Something
good.
about something about you'll never meet a broke investor that took profits, or somebody told me that saying.
Someone made that up, right? So back to the story. We're taking systems, we're putting the right systems on at the right time based on our market experience. Our market experience is, let's just say, vast. I've traded for 20 years plus 22 years. Andrew's at, what you said, three months?
I just got my first trading book last week.
Nice. You just wrote a book.
I know.
So the idea is that we're going to help show you what good, consistent trading is. You talk to traders. I mean, I had trading friends that were in the pit. They had $250,000 swings per day, literally per day. So you really have to try and make it a consistent thing. You've got to try and make it a livable, I guess, career, because you can't handle the stress of $250,000 swings every day. Make $250,000 one day and lose $250,000 the next day.
Yeah.
We were in our 20s, so it was probably doable, but that was just, it's just not a good lifestyle. It doesn't have to be that way either. So once again, the idea, we're trading one lots right now for what we're doing for passing the combine. $400 a day, 10 trading days, which is half a month. It's $4,000, $8,000 for the month. You get a profit split after that. You're still taking home $6,000-7,000 for learning how to trade. Versus you go and put $10,000 of your own money, and that's you trading someone else's money, versus you're out there, you scrape together your credit card, $10,000 or whatever, or your own saved money. Got crude really starting to get going to the downside, huh?
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, I sent that email back out. So everybody should have that in their inbox right now, but it's at the MTG inbox, mtgmovement.com. So your first name, the first letter of your last name, at momentum at mtgmovement.com. So go check that out. We'll be in that. Again, it's going to be in 32 minutes. That training is going to be in 32 minutes. So what that means is this live trading room will shut down in about 20 minutes. I'll upload the new one. And then when I'm done, this trading room will come back open live. So everybody, it's in your inbox. Let's see. No, I sent it to your MTG. Again, login. I'll type it to everybody so they can know how to get it. Login. Server, secure server. .net is to log into your email. Now, if you're not a student, you don't have an email, obviously. And then it is your first name, first letter of your last name at mtgmovement.com. So in the bottom box, you guys can see login.secureserver.net. Password is Florida01. This is for everybody. It's all, yes, your name is all lowercase. Glendrick, S at mtgmovement.com. And then Florida01 is the password. That's for everybody. So, all right, guys, and it'll be recorded. So if you can't make it or you have technical difficulties, we record all those sessions. So we'll make it available for you later today. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys on the in the room in a half an hour, and then on the daily wrap-up call.
You sent it. So the wrap-up call is 3:15 Central, 4:15 Mountain, or I'm sorry, 2:15 Mountain and 1:15 Pacific, right?
That's right.
I gave all the numbers right.
I'll make sure people have it. That's for clients only. We have
Because some people are like, "When's the wrap-up call?" The wrap-up call you call in. It's not on this room.
Yeah.
Not on this GoTo
But
webinar.
it's only for available students, so I'll make sure everybody has that later.
Right.
All right, guys. We'll see you later in the see you in the class, and then we'll see you on the wrap-up call. Thanks.
All right. Thanks.